Hi, my name is Barbara Britt, and I'm a motivational speaker that's a little bit different because I come with action steps. I also do culture environments where I go into a company and help change the culture or uplift the culture so that everybody has added value into their company. And then I do professional coaching, walking beside you on your journey, not taking it over, but just helping you to get to where you were purposed to be. But today and for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to do a training on networking. And if you like the pieces that I give you, please go to my website, barbarabritt.com, or email me, barbarajbritt@gmail.com, and let me know. I do courses and I do trainings. I also do individual trainings on how to network. So let me know. Otherwise, I hope you get on here. I hope this adds value to you. Hope you have a great day. And let me know that you took some of these steps and were successful with them. I would love to have that. We're going to talk today a little bit about the elevator speech, but I want you to start thinking about it now as a conversation. If you're getting ready to go into the networking world because you are an entrepreneur and starting your business, your company would like for you to get out there and network with the community. You're doing it for your own business, for your employees and your staff, or you're doing it for a nonprofit, your church, your schools that your children go to, whatever. Let me help you change that elevator speech and the fear of it into a conversation with friends. So the first thing I want you to do is take a piece of paper, and I want you to put down a line down that middle. And on the left-hand side, as fast as you can, I want you to write all your strengths and your talents that you use for what you do. Now, I know some of you are going, I don't have any strengths and talents. Yes, you do. I want you just to relax. I don't want you to be judgmental on yourself. What are your strengths and talents? You would look at that and say, one of my strengths and talents is that my energy level is extremely high all the time. And because of that, I'm able to put it out there and help pull that so that others can actually have their energy levels uplifted because of mine coming off of them. Well, that's a strength and talent, but if you ask other people, they might not think that. Now, when you get to there, ask around to the people that you work with in your office, to your staff, your employees, again, the people at church, the nonprofits that you work for, and ask them what they think your strengths and talents are. You may be really surprised, pleasantly so, about all the things that you can do. The next thing is to think about the how, the why, and the who. Remember, your elevator speech is now just going to become a conversation. The how. How do you do what you do in your business? Again, how do you use your strengths and talents to actually create that business? When I started my business, I retired from teaching, but I started my business on my strengths, teaching leadership, teaching students how to get out there and speak and go out in front of the public. I taught to my strengths. I started my business to my strengths. The why. Why are you doing it? The why. And that's about your passion. Because you want to think about when you have that strengths over here, your strengths and your talents on this side, I want you to hit your passions. Your passion is something you would do even if someone wasn't paying you to. It's something that you have to do it. It's like the breath of air that's coming out of you. Me starting my business and going out and doing public speaking and going into companies and changing the culture, it is a passion of mine. So put your passion on there, put your passions, and let's see where they intersect. Because when they intersect, that's what people like to call the sweet spot. It's just that spot for me that it just is an empowerment spot for me. When I hit that, when those things intersect, I gain power that I can then take and help other people with. And so think about the how, the why, and the who. Who's your audience? Who do you want to actually get out there and network with? And that's how you're going to change that conversation. I talk to high schoolers, junior high. I go up and train with people from the age of 5 years of age, all the way up to 95 years of age. It doesn't matter. I just have to know my group. I have to know the people I'm talking to. And in doing that, I have to listen. So when you're doing your elevator or your conversation, think about talking to them first and asking them. Don't just start in and just drop it on top of people. Make it a conversation, not a selling factor. The next thing is, what kind of a percentage do you want to put in there? I mean, you don't always have to in your elevator speech, but if you have something that's dynamic, and I'll give you an example right now. One of the top 15 skills that HR and executives are looking for is the ability to speak. That's who they're going to hire, because then you can be used for multi-purposes. You can go out and sell the company. You can sell your skills and your talents belonging to that company. You can tie in how your company is feeding into the community. Now that's something that people are looking for. So I would say it's the number one skill set in the top 15. That's the percentage you want to get, especially today with what I'm talking to you about. The next thing is to have a story. Everything has a story. It doesn't have to be a long story. It can be a short story. But every story does have to have a point. And every point has to have a story. Don't just give a story off going someplace else. Today I was training and I was talking to someone about personality profiling, which is something I do. And I talked to them about how this person with this personality talked to someone over here. Now these two types of personalities, the person over here, that D can hurt that S's feelings. It just happens because they're very dogmatic and they go. And that S is on the softer side and they just try to make everything possible. And I told them how they did that. And when it hit and they saw it, how they backed up and changed their verbiage. So that had a story. It had a point. Know other people's personality profiles. So that way you can add value to them and they add value back to you. See, my story had a point. My point had a story that went with it. So you kind of get the idea there. The next thing is have a quote if you want. I will tell you something. A quote can make a big difference. But again, this quote has to go along with the story or the point you're trying to make. So the other day I was in a training and a friend of mine, under his breath, gave this analogy or gave this quote. And I have used it for all this week, giving him credit for it. But he said, if you are not taking a step, you're merely standing. And when you do that, fear takes over and you can't move. So what I'm asking you to do today is take a step. There's no fear involved. Take that piece of paper and I want you to put down your strengths, your talents. I want you to put down over here on the other side your passions. That's what your business really is about. Now some of you go, well, my business is I'm working because I have to work in order to be able to do this. That's fine. Talk about what that job is allowing you to do. It's going to allow you to meet your passion later in life. Cast a vision for people. Remember, I want you, everybody you meet, think about them as being a blank piece of paper and they don't know your uniqueness yet. They don't know what you can bring to them. And believe me, there's not one person today watching that is not uniquely made, that doesn't have talents and strengths that no one else has, just like you have. So sit down and just write that out. And then the next time you jump on, I'm going to help you to go the step further. Again, what are your strengths and talents? What are your passions? And before you do anything else, let's think about listening and watching other people to find out just how I can take my uniqueness and make their day better. See you next time. Again, turning that elevator speech into a conversation, because people don't buy your business, they buy you. Thank you.